Sorry, friends. Sorry about that. I am so busy trying to do things at the same time. I always forget my sound. Sorry. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. Having said that, there are a couple of things happening, and I think I should mention them because they annoy me. The second reason why I am mentioning them is because I feel those people are going to be okay. There is a lady. She was the commander of the Coast Guard that Trump fired, and yesterday Trump. That's how mean-spirited he is. But it's all going to come back to bite, but the commander is going to be fine. They gave her 3 hours to vacate. I don't know. I don't understand how this works if it's a government. Like the vice president, there is a mansion in D.C. So I don't know if that house is a house that belongs to the government or something like that. But after they asked her, they gave her 3 hours to leave. They gave her, they required that she leaves the front door open and she has all her stuff in there. That's how mean-spirited these people are. But intuitively, I feel that commander, I forget her name. I have it written in my notes, but I'm not going to go back and try to find it. You guys know who I am talking about probably. It's because I feel she will get the best of this whole deal. She's going to fare better than, yes, she would prefer to stay in the military and take a retirement there. But she will be okay. That's my prediction. And the second annoying thing, you would think someone who goes on social media and posts racist comments, you wouldn't want to have anything with that person. I am sure you guys have heard of that gentleman, Elon, that's his last name. I don't remember his first name. You guys will know who I'm talking about. Posting that he was racist before racism was fashionable, I guess. And he believes in eugenics and he would not marry outside of his race. And guess what? J.D. Vance posted on X that he wants him back into the Doge organization. My friends, racism still exists in this country. But most Americans, they may not, and I'm going back to when I was in corporate America, in the corporate world. I've had, a lot of racist statements and people behaving in racist manners towards me. But you know something? Most people, even if they didn't want to be friends with anyone that's different from them, they did not want anyone to be abused. The point I'm trying to make is intuitively, yes, we live unfortunately, in a society where racism is still thriving. But most Americans are good people. They don't want to treat others any way they don't want to be treated. So J.D. Vance and Trump, they have built a house built on lies. It's going to crumble. Having said that, like the title of of the stream says, turning point. Are we at a turning point or a tipping point? I feel we are at a tipping point. I was looking at Maxine Waters, among other elected officials, who were trying to access the Department of Education, and as we know, Trump has basically signed an executive order to have it shut down. I think it will survive once people realize how much work and what they do. But the point I'm trying to make is Democrats are calling attention to a lot of the mean-spirited things that Trump is doing, and Elon and J.D. Vance, behind the scenes. Trump's goal, he's always been that way, divide and conquer. Right now, he's open about it with the help of Elon and some people, wealthy people from Silicon Valley, among other places. Okay, and I'll tell you why I'm specifically mentioning Silicon Valley and after I'm done with this segment. What our representatives are doing, intuitively I feel, will work. And getting people's attention, focus them on the different things that Trump is trying to do. And he can't help himself, but they have to lie. That guy Elon who quit Doge, he ran away because he's embarrassed of some of his posting. And then you have J.D. Vance saying, oh, it's a mistake. No, it's not a mistake. I have seen these people before, like that young man Elon. I can remember, but at that time I did not understand what it was. I made him back down when he found out who I was. Not anything to do with psychic, but at the time I was in my 20s and I was working for a very good company. And because I used to be very skinny, but people did not know I was a boxer and a martial art, a practitioner. Until he found out, or he backed down, because I let him know on no uncertain term I was not afraid. But I didn't see it in a racist kind of way. I thought it was like, a bully. Like because I did not know. I still did not understand the racism stuff until later I realized what he was doing. He was trying to push me around so I could leave the company. He did not want to be part of any organization or a team where they had a black guy there. And I was the only black guy. That was my first job after college. My first junior engineering job after college. So I've seen people like this kid. And you know something? The most dangerous thing, I bet you that guy is still racist. Because at that time, if he didn't know, I was not afraid. I let him know on no uncertain term. I said, if I can't beat you down here, I'll take you to some place we can fight. One of those karate clubs. I says, we can go there. But he ran away. The thing is, that kid, that Elon's guys, that's who came to mind when yesterday afternoon as I was reading some of the stuff that he posted. He's not going to change. Let me give you another example of someone else and the administration. That guy who is the chief vote, the head of OMB. You think racism is something he picked up yesterday? And his role in trying to make a this is something he's always wanted to do. And he thinks, the idiot, by giving Trump or making sure, I don't remember how they call it, uni-presidency or something like that, everything depends on that chief executive. You know what Papa Doc did? After Papa Doc became president and he consolidated his power, the guy who helped him, I don't remember his name right now, the guy who helped him get the presidency, who gave him all the help, to get him there. He killed him. So Vought think he's doing a great thing. Yeah, Trump is paranoid too. Papa Doc was paranoid schizophrenic. It seemed like he developed, just like any other disease, we can develop them at any point in our age. In our lives. Okay? Trump has a major ego issue among other mental disease that he's suffering from. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. But if Trump were to be able to accomplish the goals that Vought, among others, and Elon and company want to create in this country, like I said, I told you guys about that guy Yavin last week. Okay, they want a dictator. So they want to make us believe, it's okay to have a dictator. He's in charge of everything. Trump is not that smart. And look at what he's doing. We don't have time for me to get into to complain about all the things that he's doing. I complain about two things already as I switch into this. My prediction is, we are at a turning point. But if Trump was able to accomplish the goal of becoming the chief executive of this country, it's just like Putin, Papa Doc, Saddam, and Xi, that's all. The same thing. The people who want to get him there, do they think they would survive? And if you guys notice something Elon is doing, I believe oh my God, I have a friend of mine that his name is Robinson. He is a writer at the Washington Post he wrote an article about Trump yesterday. It was not flattering. Elon is demanding or posted a demand that he should be fired. And I wouldn't be surprised if he said something about arrested as well. And Trump demanded that he be arrested, and Elon is making recommendation as who should be arrested and prosecuted. That's what they are doing right now to show you. I've seen this before, but guess what? They did not expect. Democrats are flipping the script on them. Elon's poll numbers are in dumpsters, and I told you, Trump is next. Trump's poll numbers is next. Okay, I'm sure it's dropping right now, but I have not looked at it. They will lose because, like I said a few times, Americans care about their privacy. And Elon is taking his fingers. He's accountable to no one. And according to Trump, if he finds any conflict of interest, he's going to, stop what he's doing. You don't need me as a psychic to tell you that it's not true. And some of you are asking about our information that are stored, that the government has. Do they have them? Yes. Just like Project 2025, it has taken them, since Trump left office, after he realized he can run for president and nothing, Garden was not going to be able to catch him. Him and Heritage Foundation, among other groups, started working on what they were going to do if they were to get there. I am not going to tell you stories. I don't know exactly how long Elon has been planning to do what he's doing right now. But Elon did not just decided 2 weeks ago that he was going to start doing this. Intuitively, I feel they've had at least a year. Elon and the people he has. Okay? We've heard of 5 or 6 people. That's all we've heard about. Okay? But they have other people. He's, people who believe in the same crappy thing. we have to have a uni-president, however they call it. Okay, they've had a year to plan all the systems. They have MAGA working in all those Department of Education, Social Security, all those different agencies. They're not all liberals or people who, they're not going to go out and wear their MAGA hats. But there are people I feel intuitively, and there's different agencies who are familiar with our computer systems, the architecture of the hardware architecture and software architecture. Okay, Elon did not just walk in blindly and start working. They knew. They had an idea, okay, of everything, what's in there. That's why those guys, all they needed was give me the ID and password, the top account. That's the best thing I can tell you right now. But the highest level, okay, of access, administrative ID and password. That's what they went after. Once you have that, the notion that, they only had read-only access and they didn't do anything, that is not true. Somebody on Blue Sky told me this morning, because I said they've downloaded our information. Downloaded doesn't matter whether you put it on the thumbnail or I'm sure they've done. Installed things, application in the background, okay, that uploads whatever they need, okay. So some of you have been asking me about, has Elon downloaded our information? Intuitively, I feel like saying yes. He has a lot of people's personal information. That's my prediction. And yes, we are at a tipping point. I don't know if I made that clear. They were caught by surprise. They did not expect Democrats to flip the script on them. They are standing guard in front of Education Department. I'm sure they're going to be spreading in different places. They're going to be joined by regular Americans, and it's not only in DC. And from what I understand, I believe, I'm not sure exactly what the date is, but it's going to be a countrywide shutdown, business shutdown. So they did not expect those things. Like I said, they've game out all those things. It's mostly legal. They knew people would go out and protest, but it feels like to me they are caught off guard at how fast it's spreading and how angry people are getting. And I was watching CNN a little while ago. I'm sorry if I'm mixing the whole thing, okay? I was watching CNN a little while ago. They had two radio announcers or hosts, and they were I didn't hear the whole thing, and they were talking about the different people that are calling them. The conservative guy said the people who were calling his show, they were talking about mostly, okay, we're paying taxes, where is that money going? And the liberal side said, yeah, the people, not the people, mostly the liberals are calling his show. They are concerned about who is in charge of doing all those things behind the scene. They are concerned about billionaires being in the administration and doing all those things. And also, yeah, I'll say it in a little while. But that's where we are. And intuitively, I feel, as time goes by, more people are going to go out and protest. Elon and Trump, and if Trump is not careful, this water, this current, will sweep him under. That's why I keep saying to you guys, I've said it before, I don't know how long, I'm unsure how long Trump is going to be able to hang on to power. But the people power is going to be more powerful. And I've been saying this for a while. A sector of the MAGA movement will abandon him, will join with regular liberal and demand change. That's what I feel is coming. But yesterday I feel it was a turning point. The judges, the court orders that we've heard about, stopping Doge, tell Trump he has no right to, using executive order to change birth right, citizenship, those type of things. And yes, I know he's going to do the Trump thing, take it up to the Supreme Court. They're going to try to give him something, not about birthright, other things. But I don't feel they're going to side with him, because even the Supreme Court too, except for Thomas and somewhat Alito, they are terrified about what they are watching. The level of access that Elon has and his arrogance. He thinks he's more powerful than even the president of this country. We don't have a president. He's the president now. But no president before Trump and Elon as the co-president have ever done what they are doing. And something, a judge took a swipe at Trump yesterday because the judge had to dismiss the case against one of the January 6 people. I thought it was funny. That's why I'm sharing it. I was laughing. It was a great, swipe. The judge says, because of the pardon power, I don't remember I thought it was a male judge that said, okay, he's going to let the guy go. But the bravery of Fannin, Fannin, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, the Capitol policeman, Fannin, I think that's how they pronounce his name, okay. His bravery and what he did that day cannot be moot. Meaning that, yeah, they pardoned this criminal, this insurrectionist, but the bravery that Fannin showed that day, no one can take it away. Something to that effect. But I thought it was beautiful the way he did his job, his or her job. I don't remember if it was a male or a female judge. But he took a swipe at Trump, basically, telling Trump, yeah, you can give him a pardon, but that's not going to erase anything. He used Fannin, but intuitively I feel that's what he wanted to say. So I thought I would share that. That's one little tidbit. But my friends, Trump and Elon, I'm going to switch to another thing I just heard this morning, and I've said it. I'm going to give you that example because it is something that I said a couple of years ago. I was watching CNN this morning. I don't remember the name of the lady, but Van Jones was one of the guests on the show, and they were talking about the current events, okay? And Van Jones said, and this is not, rumor. Ben Jones says, and I'm sharing it so you guys can research it yourself. There is a group or website they call NRX or Neo-Reactionary something. Or there is another one they call Dark Enlightenment. Okay? Do you guys remember, I'm sorry, I've mentioned this a couple of times, But when Vengeance said that, I was not aware of that stuff at all. In fact, the NRX thing, I just heard about it this morning. That neo-reactionary, if you Google that, I am sure their website will come up. What Vengeance said is what I told you guys a couple of years ago when I was doing my financial intuitive stuff. And I told you the 1% of the 1% wanted to enslave us. I'm not gonna go any further than that. You guys remember that I told you. That's what Vengeance was talking about this morning on CNN. A whole bunch of wealthy people, and I've been saying it in other ways as well. With Elon, J.D. Vance, Peter Thiel, I don't know exactly how many people, wealthy, who have the same idea as Vought. We should have, well, the last time I think I spent a considerable amount of time talking about it was when I was talking about Yavin. These are the type of people with a lot of money, they have a plan, and that's what we are watching unfold. But I had no idea until I saw Vengeance this morning. There was a show on CNN. That beautiful lady, her mom was a model. Her mom passed, I believe, last year. I don't remember her name. Let me see if anybody know who I am talking about. Let's see. Mail view that says, Milu, I read another plane disappear in Alaska. Any news on that? I'm not keeping my hopes high. Yes, I heard about it, but I'm not, there are certain things when these things happen, but it's still related to same shenanigans, upside down FAA. I heard about it, but there's nothing I can do, But yes, my friends, that's what's going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of. And like I told you yesterday, and probably before, I don't remember exactly. Oh, Stephanie, thank you. It's with Fanon. Okay, thank you. Yes, like I told you yesterday, those guys are executing a plan. But you know something? Just like any war plan, and it's good to have plans until the first shot is fired. And then everything goes out of the window because your adversary can surprise you. What I feel is going to kill that plan. Although, in their game, when they game out everything, the reaction of the American people, they're going to use, Trump is going to try to use the military. That's part of their game. But you know something? I would not be surprised if a lot of those people I don't know where they're going to go, maybe Russia or China for political asylum. Because there is an anger that's going to boil up. Okay, and among people when they realize what's going on and what these people want to do, that they don't want any more democracy. That if you look at, it was this morning, let me scroll down again, maybe somebody can know who I am talking about. That was on CNN this morning. I watched it. Yeah, I don't see it, but anyway, I wish you guys would see it. Deborah Brutaro says, I'd love for Tesla to go bankrupt. Oh, I don't know if you mean bankrupt. It's gonna go. Well, it may not go bankrupt. Another company may buy it, but yeah. But my friend, it would be. Oh, I know what I can do. I can post a link to I'll look for that video because I have another link that I copied. Oh yeah, the FBI. I don't know how many of you, if you watch Nicola last evening, that's a very important link. I'm sorry, I wanted to share it. I have a link to that video of the FBI. That's not a powerful letter to the American people, a video letter to the American people about what the FBI does and who is the FBI. I have a link to that video as well. But I feel intuitively we've reached a turning point. I feel this is going to turn very bad for Trump, his administration, and their goal of turning in this country into a uni-power, blaming DEI. DEI is code word for anyone who's different from those superior white folks. J.D. Vance, Elon, Peter Thiel, anyone or anything that's different from them, okay, I have news for them. It's too late. Intuitively, that plan won't survive, but we'll see. But and as far as our information, I'm going over the title that I have. As far as our information, some of it is out. It's going to be very difficult to get it back. But a lot of the oligarchs, some people may have to leave this country and others will go to prison. That's what I feel is coming with the oligarchs, because people are not going to tolerate what they are doing once the full extent, the full picture of what's been taking place behind the scene and who's responsible for what and has been involved with what. They're going to try to use the military. It's going to backfire on them. My friends, I'm saying it's easy for me to sit here and say these things. It sounds easy. It's not going to be easy. And you know what's going to save us? It feels like to me. Our soldiers. And Trump, the militia people Trump has, they won't care. They will mow people down if they can. But our soldiers, very few of them will volunteer to kill Americans. Let me see how I can say this. I watched something. It's because when I can say it, I will say it. But somebody was talking yesterday, and he was talking about what they want to do with that agency. I'm just going to say agency, okay, because there are certain things I don't want to do. I don't want to give anybody any clue. But the people around the table who was listening to that leader, so-called leader, speaking, they thought he was out of his mind, and they have no respect for him. Remember, I said those things. At the right time, I'll tell you who I was talking about and who these people were. But my friends, that plan is not going. Their plan is not going to succeed. Okay, those wealthy people, they can call themselves NSX, NRX, turn light into dark, whatever they want to call themselves. It's going to blow up. It's going to be difficult. I'm sitting here. Okay, but because there's something I mentioned, I forgot to mention. Besides using the military, their plan is to ignore court orders, and that's what got the Supreme Court, that got under the skin of our justices. not Thomas or Alito. I don't know if you guys notice. You got to pay attention. Who has been going to the White House to swear in those new Trump cabinets? It's been Thomas. That should tell us something. Okay, I know that you're not surprised. But it's going to be tough, but we'll get out of it. You know, one thing that saddened me yesterday? Oh, Jesus. There's a German politician or some kind of German authority, okay, who I saw somewhere where he said he doesn't recognize this America. That was very sad because I'm so used to being an American and, you know, being in a leadership around the world, and people respect us. That's another thing that's going to get to Americans. A lot of people with low self-esteem, this doesn't mean anything to them. The MAGAs, if you see them on X, it's unbelievable what these people believe in. I'm trying to get used to it. I ignore them these days because they, you know, it's not worth it even engaging with them. I not that I ever did. Whenever they post something that's a lie, I just say that's a lie. But besides those people, most Americans will not tolerate this, and they don't want the type of America that Trump, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, among others, want to turn this country into. I don't feel it's going to work. Let's see what happens. That's my prediction. Okay, let me see. Deborah Blue Tower says Biden is very sad. You know, Biden is not, well, who's not sad for America today? Let me tell you something, okay? Like I've said, everything that we see unfolding didn't just happen overnight. Biden and all our former presidents and high-level people in this country, well, I can't say all because we've had an idea. But Biden is, do you guys remember what I told you? In fact, I wrote to Biden and I said, sir, please don't do whatever you can. If you give Trump the presidency, we are in trouble. Biden knew everything that you see unfolding today. The American government, which is different than the administration want to turn it all into one, okay? The American government is aware, or at least those who are supposed to, intelligence agencies, they are fully aware of what Trump is up to and everyone involved. So if Biden is sad, it's not because he's shocked of what's unfolding. No, he's sad because to watch Trump and people like Elon and others. It's all about them. It's not about us. That saddened Biden and among other, like, you know, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Obama, Michelle Obama, and these people, even Bush. Okay, but beyond that, that's not why Biden is sad. No, okay. I meant to mention that Biden, I've said this before, they knew exactly what was coming. But you see, when you are president of this country, when you've been president of this country, I'm not talking about ignorant people like Trump. They know, they have a very good understanding. I don't have it. But how the American people think, whether they are Republicans or Democrats. And that's what Biden rests his faith on. The American people are not going to go for this. And it's not only Biden. It's Biden, Obama, Clinton, Bush. I mean, all the presidents who were alive. Unfortunately, Carter is no longer with us. okay? They are not surprised. I mean, they know, they understand the American people. They became president not by lying. Not unlike Trump. They didn't get to the presidency like Trump got to the presidency. And I told all of you, Republicans are doing things behind the scenes we're not aware of. That's what may get Trump to the White House. And that's why he got there. Lying, among other things. There are certain other things, we'll talk about them someday. Okay? But Biden and those former presidents, they knew. Everything you see unfolding, they knew they were coming. Intelligence. Just like Trump and Elon, they have people on the inside, MAGA, who's feeding them information. They are really true American patriots among the Trump people who are telling our intelligence agencies, this is where this is going, we got to be careful. I don't know how this works, but Democratic leaders, and I feel they are right, since given where I was born at, that's why I don't tend to think of, something I'm still struggling with till this day, calling 911 when something is wrong. I think of, my first thinking is I'm trying to train myself. I'm showing you, things that I still, although I've been in this country for 55 years, okay, an American person who was born, he would automatically call 911. Me, I think about, okay, what do I do first? And then I'm like, oh God, 911. Okay, or call the police. So I think a little differently. But I feel we're going to be okay, regardless of what we see unfolding. We will make it. And those guys, those presidents, they feel the same way. They trust the American people. They know what to do. And the American people will do the right thing. So, don't be surprised. Oh, Lord. Okay. And Arlene Lowell says, Governor Hochul in New York said she would hire any FBI. Oh, yeah. FBI agent who leaves or is fired from the Trump administration. A lot of other states. Yes, you're right. It's not only New York, Arizona have a call out. They have some pretty amazing people. Are you kidding? Yeah, but there are potential for a couple of nasty things to happen to us. I hope they don't happen. But potential for some very bad stuff, okay? Because of what Trump is doing. He's basically blinding us, this country, and leave us vulnerable. And that airplane in Alaska, yeah. But anyway. Joel Chin says, Thomas swearing in new cabinet members. Yep. If you notice, he's the only one who's been doing it lately. Will there be any incident at the Super Bowl with F-45 attending? That was Raymond DePasquale. I doubt it. I mean, people are going to be rude, like they usually do. Make him feel he doesn't belong. That's about it. Yeah, I know. They removed that. That's not a stupid thing the NFL did. They had a stop racism at the end of the field. They removed it because Trump is coming. Can you imagine? Mylan Landy says, boo him? Oh, yeah, that that goes without saying. Okay, friends, please. Deborah Robinson, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. I meant to. Deborah Robinson is asking, Milu, will be getting our Social Security and Social Security check next month? Yes, I feel we will. Because of the way things are going, and that all those court orders that are coming down, yeah, there is going to be a big fight this is just beginning, my friend. It's going to be fun to watch. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for coming. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I can sit here and talk for another hour, but it will be too long. So please, everyone, if you like the channel, subscribe. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmino.com, or feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. I will see you all. Oh, today is Friday. Oh my God, this week went by so fast. And guess what? I didn't accomplish very well. I worked. That was part of it as well. Yes, war in Ukraine says Google general strike and sign your strike card. Yes, there is a general strike that's being planned as well. Okay, friends, see you tomorrow evening. Those who come on my Saturday evening session. See you then. Bye. And members, I'll see you tomorrow.